What's the difference between a compounded GLP medication and the brand name GLP medications? My name is Dr. Kashiti Long. I am the founder of Long Health and Wellness, an integrative direct primary care practice here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The difference between compounded and brand name GLP-1s is going to be what they are mixed with. The brand name medicines are the pure medication. It comes from the manufacturer who made it. The compounded medications are going to be the active ingredient in the medicine plus something else that's going to be mixed in a compounding pharmacy. So the reason for this is because the most popular GLP-1 medications are still on patent. They have been out for less than 10 years. Ozempic came out in 2017, Mounjaro came out in 2021, and therefore there is no generic of these medications. And so for people who don't have insurance coverage for them and they want to be on them, specifically they want to be on Wegovy and Zepbound for the weight loss because they're indicated for weight loss. The compounding pharmacies have offered a way for people to get the medication at a more affordable price. But because the medicines are on patent, that means that you can't just sell somebody's, main ingredient without modifying it a little bit. So compounded semaglutide and compounded tirzepatide usually have something added to them to make it a different medicine. And when it's a different medicine, they can't claim the patent. And so they are allowed to sell it at whatever price. This became very popular in, I want to say 2022, 23, because there was a shortage on the brand name medicines. And so they allowed the compounding pharmacies to prescribe them or sell them because in times of shortage, there's a FDA rule that allows that. After the shortage ended, the FDA started sending cease and desist letters to these compounding pharmacies. So if they were selling like the raw ingredients, semaglutide or tirzepatide, with nothing else added, then they were breaking patent. So what they have to do is add something else. I've seen B12, I've seen B6, I think I saw glutathione, glycine, just all these different random vitamins or minerals that haven't actually been tested when mixed with the semaglutide or tirzepatide. But I guess they're going off of, well, they're both fine on their own. We put them together, it should be fine. The problem may come in if you're not using a reputable compounding pharmacy, or if it's not one that your doctor has seen how they make the medicine. You might be buying something that's very bootleg and doesn't even have the active ingredient that it's supposed to have in it. So if you were on a compounded version of one of these meds and it didn't work, you might not have even been getting the real medicine. And if you get it from some random place on the internet, there might not even be a way for you to know what you're getting. And so there's a bit of a gray area with compounding. So there's some reputable pharmacies, there's some not reputable influencers or wellness places, or even med spas that might just be selling you something that it has no effectiveness. So you just have to be careful with these things and watch where you're spending your money. I've heard of people paying prices to med spas for these medicines where you could get it cheaper if you pay cash from the manufacturer. So it's just something to be aware of. I thought I'd put that little PSA out there. Let me know if you've used compounded GLP and had good results. Let me know how much you pay for it. I'm just curious. You don't actually have to let me know. But if you are interested in brand name GLP medications from the manufacturer at the cash pay price, visit longhealthandwellness.com to see how we can help you.